Hi everyone, from me, Brent Graham, and welcome to this Stage 18 betting preview of the Tour de France. And what a Tour de France it's been. We were treated to an incredible 17 stage. We'll get into that in just a moment, but we've got another big stage ahead. It looks like one for the breakaway. 5 Cat 3 climbs and plenty of rolling hills. This is going to be no easy stage. It's another 180-kilometer shift. These riders must be absolutely out on their feet. Surely a day for the breakaway. If you do enjoy these shows, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and give us a like. Also hit the bell so you can be notified when we either go live or upload videos. And we will be going live Thursday night, 9 o'clock. The Handicap Rugby Chat That Matters, our trademark rugby betting show. Right, let's have a look at the Stage 17 results. A great win for Carapaz. Him and Yates had a battle on the penultimate Cat 1 climb. And in the end, Carapaz was too strong. He drew clear to win by 37 seconds with Nas a further 20 seconds back. Just going down that list, a couple of notables there. Alex Allenbull, I've got to say, great ride from him. He's more of a sprinter in my eyes. He's certainly a man who can ride the classics, but I didn't expect him on such a tough finish to be able to climb so well. So certainly one for the notebook there. I have been backing him admittedly all through the race. Stephen Williams, very impressive ride from him. At one stage, he was on Carapaz's wheel, couldn't quite hold it, but still did very well. There could be one to watch on Stage 18. Louis Mankey's another honourable performance from him. And Bob Jungels, well, he was out in the break. I think he was there more for Hindley to come across to him, but somehow Hindley never managed to make it into the 40-rider break that eventually got up the road after the peloton were together most of the time, just lurking behind the 4-man break. And disappointed in that. And Jungels, he sort of dropped his head when Carapaz and the boys came riding past. But another good performance by Jungels. Haven't seen much of him in recent years, but he's starting to impress me again. Of course, we did have some GC action as well. The big surprise to me was when Pogačar he lost the wheel of Almeida on purpose, leaving a gap, forcing Evenepoel and Vingegaard to come in. And that didn't surprise me. What surprised me is the commentator was shocked that he then attacked after that. To me, it was the most obvious setup for an attack. The last 2 kilometers were very steep. He put in a brutal attack. He got over the climb in, probably 10 seconds ahead of Evenepoel and Vingegaard. And in the end, they caught him on the descent. And there was one really funny moment on the descent where Zimmerman from Intermarché was actually going past Pogačar, obviously a very rare sight. And I enjoyed the team tweeted that and said, Zimmerman attacks yellow jersey in trouble. I thought there's some great humor in that tweet there as well. Nice to see the teams, taking that sort of approach to the social media. Let's have a look at the yellow jersey update. Evenepoel pulling a few seconds on Vingegaard. Pogačar pulling a couple clear of Vingegaard. I think Vingegaard must feel like the guys, not that they ganged up on him today, but if there was a scenario where Pogačar and Evenepoel got together and Vingegaard was distance, there's no doubt they'd work together because it's been both of their interests, aside from the fact that they seem to like each other. Pogačar would love to put more time into Vingegaard, and Evenepoel, of course, is now thinking second spot of the podium might be possible. Definitely a sign of weakness, probably the first real sign of weakness we've seen from Vingegaard today, when at one stage Evenepoel had dropped him on the climb. Right, you can see the big gaps down to the other riders, so nothing much to report there. Pogačar, you can get a 7% return on your money for the yellow jersey. Now you've only got to wait, 4 days for a payout. May not be the worst investment in the world. The green jersey, I was worried about Gamay, but he was clear from the start that his crash didn't affect him too badly. He ended up not winning the intermediate sprint because the break picked up the big points, but he actually beat Philipsen in that sprint, so he extended his lead by 1 point. Looking ahead to the stages ahead, Gamay should have this in the bag. There's another 7%. I'll have to work out what. Maybe we take Gamay, we take Pogačar to win the yellow jersey and see what sort of price we get. Maybe throw something else in. But the point I'm making here is going to be if Gamay stays upright now and probably just has to contest one more sprint and score points. It's going to be all good because some of these intermediate sprints are not going to be easy for these riders to get to over the coming days. Enough about the green jersey, onto the polka dots where Pogačar still has a big lead. Highlighting Carapaz, he's of course the big mover there, but he's still, 43 points behind Pogačar, which is 2 out-of-category climbs. Well, I must point out, I think it's on Saturday or could be Friday, that there's one out-of-category, and it's not the climb that ends the stage, where I think there's double points. So there could be a 40-pointer there. So Carapaz not gone. He's into 4-1. Pogačar, 69 to 100, call it 7 to 10 there as well, 69% return on your money. And it is hard to see anyone. I know I've been saying all tour, the King of the Mountains is going to go to someone outside of the top guys, but I didn't expect some of these stages to be raced as hard as they have been. And yeah, there's been no one who's been able to get consistently in the breaks and score points. Still plenty of points to come, though, certainly on Friday and Saturday stage. Right, let's have a look at this stage. It's 179.5 kilometers, and there must be some really tired legs in the peloton. We're starting to get a lot of abandons. I think we've actually, I remember at the start that the spread for riders finishing was 144.5, and I wanted to go unders, but I never got around to it. And unfortunately, they never seem to quote that market in running. But I think we're down to about 145 or 144 now, and no doubt there are going to be more abandons over the coming days. But we've got 5 Cat 3 climbs here, a bit of a rolling start, and then we've got this 3.9 kilometer climb at 6.3%. I expect that's where the break will go. I don't think the break is going to take as long to sort of get going as it did on this first day. It will be interesting to see Philipson's team try and keep things together to contest the sprint, but I don't think so. You know, at the end of the day, it's unlikely. It would only really be of benefit if he's actually going to drop Gamay, and Gamay is actually looking pretty good and solid on the climb. So I don't think they'll try anything there. I think we'll have the breakaway pick up the majority of the points, and I think we'll get a pretty strong break going ahead. And if I look at it, will UAE want to chase the break? I don't think so. I think Pogacar should probably play a bit of a waiting game again. There's certainly not a very steep ending, so it's not like he can necessarily put a lot of time into Vingegaard. But I think he will play that waiting game and quite possibly do a late attack and try and take a few more seconds. So that leaves the break to fight it out. We'll talk about that in just a second. I guess the other team that could make it hard is Jumbo-Visma, but I think they're now going to be putting all of their eggs in one basket over the weekend and to attack those mountain stages. As you can see, a couple more Cat 3 climbs here, 5.1 kilometers at 3.6%, then a 7K at 5.5, and a 3.6 at 5.4. But even have a look at this ending. I mean, it's not a categorized climb as such, but you're certainly rising roads. It's some really, really tough roads they're riding at the moment. So, yes, I think the breakaway is going to win. And, we'll have a look at the betting now and some of the potential riders you could go in. Well, the bookies have made Wout van Aert the favorite. Van Aert dropped back to actually, well, he was dropped, but good tactics by Visma Lease today to have a couple of men up the road who were able to stop Vingegaard from losing any major time. He's just over 6-1. Mateo van der Poel, this stage looks almost perfect for him. I'm just not 100% sure of his condition at the moment. He is obviously focusing on the Olympics. So I wouldn't put you off him, but at just over 8-1, he's not for me. Court Nelson, well, he was one of the 4 in the break today. What a great ride from him, but he must potentially be a bit stuffed. Healy, 20-1. Yeah, maybe he's the choice for EF today. But I'm going for a couple of 25-1 shots. Michael Matthews, I think he's been showing some good condition, and this is a stage for him. It's hilly. I mean, they're mountains, but it's not long mountain passes, which he doesn't enjoy. And Jasper Stuyven, the stage might be too tough for him, but he's just showing such incredible form to me as well. And it's one of those tours, as Mateo van der Poel said, it's just one of those tours that hasn't got a lot of opportunities for your sort of classic riders. And I'm expecting those two to give me a run for my money at, I see, 25-1. And Ramburu at 31-1. I actually forgot about him. And now I'm thinking about it. I might add him to the staking plan. And then Rui Costa, when I saw this profile, I thought Rui Costa in his prime, this would be perfect for him. Obviously not quite in his prime anymore, but no doubt EF targeting stages, and he could be allowed to slip into the breakaway. Also, just have a look at the price boost. I've taken just a single match bet here. Michael Matthews, he's 23-10 to beat Wout van Aert. I'm getting 3.65, so we're getting a nice little boost there. Call it 26.5-10 or 2.65-1. We're getting on Matthews to beat Van Aert. I just fancy Matthews for a big one. And Van Aert, look, he may well infiltrate the breaker game, but he worked very hard today, and there's also a big weekend in the mountains to come. I think it's the sort of stage where at some stage he might even be called back just to shepherd Vingegaard or potentially not work that hard. I also don't think it's the Wout van Aert of old, so I think he is very beatable. I'm going for Matthews there at what I think is a very attractive price. That's, of course, with Boyle Sports, and there's a link down directly to that boost in the description box below. But here's my bets. I'm scaling back slightly. You don't want to get too carried away. I was well up. I'm still nicely up with the bookies. Well, that happens when you back 130-1 shot. But let's face it, the last two stages haven't been great. So perhaps time for a bit of consolidation. I'm going half a unit on Matthews and half a unit on Stuyven, both at 25-1. Rui Costa, 63-1, one of my favorite riders. I know Chris Sturdy, always a big fan of his. And then I'm going Bob Jungels. He was in that breakaway of 4. I think this stage profile will be more to his liking. It's just a question of if he's got anything left, but he certainly impressed me today, and he's impressed me in this tour of the way he's riding. And then, and that price is wrong. I must tell you that. It's a typo. I'm not going to re-record the video to change the typo. But I'm going for that UAE guy in the break. Now, I picked Superkov today, and he made the break. He didn't deliver at 750. I can tell you Wellens is actually 500 to 1. So quarter unit on Wellens at 500 to 1. There's my 2 units on the price boost. And yeah, obviously, price is subject to change. The cycling bets tend to move around quite a lot. Let me know what you think of the stage. Who's going to win it? We're on the home stretch now. We've only got, 19, 20, and 21. 3 stages left to go after this. I'll be back probably late Thursday night. We've got some guests coming on Thursday. So late Thursday night, early hours of Friday morning with my stage 19 preview. We're into the Alps, and I absolutely can't wait. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Look forward to seeing you on the next stage.